All right, so today we're gonna go over how we're gonna, what's the process for us to actually run our G-code on our CNC machine, right? So these are our Laguna Swift. So I'm gonna switch here on my circuit breaker, and I'm gonna power on my controller, and now the machine is on. I already put my G-code here on my jump drive. I plug it in there, and we're gonna start with all axis home. We're gonna do OK, and it should bring all the way out here to home. I've noticed that if we don't go home on this first step, later on we start having problems with finding the axis. So we always want to come home here. All right, so now the next step, we are in jogging mode now, so we can just hold so you have X plus, so X plus and minus, Y plus and minus. We can move it around. See, Z, there is Y and X. So we want to move to where we want to start our cut. There is X. So let's move that with our Z. So we have an idea. So one thing that I want you guys to watch for is I don't want you guys to come here and take a piece from right into the center, right? We have to be mindful of the use of the material, but also mindful so we're not gonna heat anything, you know. So when we secure this the stock, now we want to position where we want to start, but we want to make sure we're not running into anything, but also we don't want to leave a lot of material behind. See, so we're gonna be cutting right there, right? So the first time that I run this code, I don't want to run it with it I don't want to cut it yet. I want to see how it looks. So I'm gonna go up on my Z, just so it's gonna hover and do whatever cutting process up here. It's not gonna cut anything, but at least we're gonna understand how it goes. So I go X and Y equals to 0 and Z equals to 0. And now we're gonna run it right there. So we're gonna go into run, and then U-disk. And then I'm gonna find my file. That's raw.nc. Okay. Okay again. And then it's gonna bring it out and see if I want to change the tool. See, this is one of the commands that we get from the G-code when we create. So for us, the tool is already here. The 4-inch tube flute that we're gonna use is already there. So I'm just gonna say tool changed. So I'm gonna have my controller here on my hand, and I'm gonna have a finger on the stop button. In case I need to stop, I just hit stop and it stops right away. Right? So the first thing it's gonna do is the pocket, right? The zigzag profile. Zigzag offset, I'm sorry. So as you can see now, the movement is actually not so fast, you know. We actually had like a 700 or 800 for the feeds in the X and Y, in the horizontal or the vertical axis. So that seems okay. We had like a 8,000 RPMs for the spindle, which also looks like it's okay because it's a rotating, right? So it looks okay. The next thing that we want to look at is when you go around the boundaries. So like now it's gonna cut the profile. I want to make sure it doesn't hit any of the screws that I have securing it, or if it's running into a piece of wood that we're not gonna be able to use, right? So far so good. It looks like it's good code. So I can just come here and do a stop. And I'm gonna discard brake. All right. Now for me to really run and cut it, I'm gonna go back to my origin. So I'm gonna do, so that I don't wanna, okay. I wanna go origin, right? So now I'm gonna take my Z all the way to the bottom, right? So what we wanna do here is actually like use the paper just like we would level a 3D printer to say what's the, like one thing that I usually do is that if I can rotate this piece, it means I'm not touching, see? So that's like about like a pretty so close. So I'm gonna do Z equals to 0. And then now I can run it again. So I can run, and then I can go into UDisk file and then find it there, or I can go to my recent files and choose it from there. And then it's gonna be the same. It's gonna come out here, and we're gonna say tool changed, and then we're gonna go and start cutting the piece, right? So when we get to this point, what you guys would have to do too is actually like you guys would have to get the vacuum, and then we're just gonna hold the vacuum closed. So like it's gonna help a little bit with the dust collection. We don't have our shroud connected there, so you guys can see what's going on, and then we can replace the tools and we can see everything. So then it's kind of like a messy. So like we want to have the vacuuming all the time, right? So we don't have to be very close, but like about. If like the dust that's generated is actually pretty fine. So actually it can suck it off like a pretty good. Good, all right. So this is what the process for you to run the G-code, right? The G-code in the other video, I had like how you generate the G-code using FreeCAD. All right, see you then.